And today we're not going to be wasting any time. We don't have time to do this live today. I'm going to let my guest introduce himself, and I will be introducing that video of today.
Greetings to wherever you are all over the world. This is Julius, the guest of today.
All right. Thank you so much, my guest, for joining the live of today. Today, we are going to be talking about something, and it is what do we learn from the current political dynamics in Kenya? I have got three statements, and I want to mention them, and then you'll be explaining to me what we learn as Uganda and other East African countries. Number one, we see the current government sitting with their opponents in Kenya. What we have to learn? I have not seen people like sitting in with their opponents in Uganda, like on good ways. They have to first pull ropes. They don't want to come. They don't want to keep exchanging words, but they don't want to meet. So, what do you have to learn from Kenya in regard to that?
Yeah, of course, when I see that, it also makes me proud, a proud East African, because you
Yeah.
see, at the end of the day, this politics is for a very short time. After a short time, you know, life has to go on. So it's
Mm.
not, it doesn't have to be really a matter of life and death. And in any case, even if you're in opposition or government, those are actually two governments. Because you see, once the opposition wins elections, is the one which becomes government, and the government goes opposition if it loses. So at the same time, you realize that if you've not put good working relationship, the country will always remain in turmoil. But if you've been working together, talking with each other, it's easier. Because you see, at the end of the day, like Ruto always says, Kenya needs a strong opposition. Because you see, people have mistaken opposition. Opposition is to put government in check. You realize that when you're speaking the same language, it's
Mm.
hard to advise each other. But like now, if you have a strong opposition and you are in government and you want to do something that is not right, the opposition will
Mm.
stand its ground and say no. And once that working relationship is there, the overall country benefits from the policies and each and everything you share. So I think as East African countries or the world at large, we can pick something. We can learn. Let us not look at each other's opponents as enemies.
Mm.
Eh? There is life beyond politics. That's one lesson I see we need to learn from it. There is life beyond politics. You will be a president today, tomorrow you will not. You'll be a minister today, tomorrow you will not. So I think it's a good thing if we can pick it up and also implement it. I see of course they've also started it. I remember in the past governments they weren't doing it. That's why we
Yeah.
recommend it because we are seeing it. It's a good thing.
But do you see, like, hey, in Uganda, the same thing happening, like Museveni meeting Bobby Wine and they talk?
Yeah, it's possible because we've seen
Mm.
him. He has already met Mao. So by the fact that he has met Mao, he can
Who's
still meet
Mao?
another person in Bobby Wine.
Mao. But do you think Mao is
The
opposition? You know, we also have these oppositions who are hiding in opposition, but they're in ruling government.
okay for us, our main wish is to see them
and
sitting.
and Mao, wasn't he given even a position in government? I'm not buying your example.
No, 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 no. You know why you need to buy it. Even when you go to Kenya currently, it's not only the
Mm.
people from Ruto's party. He's also giving positions from other parties. You get it? So if someone is good, you don't, and you need that person, you don't have to look on which party they fall. So at the end of the day, the government belongs to everyone. The government is for the people, whether opposition or government.
All right. Number two. His Excellency Ruto asking Miguna for forgiveness. You know, this guy was once there was once a saga where he came to Kenya and then immediately was deported back to Canada, but he's now like in Kenya and has been forgiven.
Okay, of course, at the end of the day, What do we learn from this? We start with family. You see, we've always had wrangles between family members, and we cannot reconcile. Surely. Hmm? You get it? I think it's
Yeah.
teaching us, because you see, the foundation of the whole country should start from families. You see, here is an individual who was by then the deputy president of Kenya. He was the deputy of Uhuru Kenyatta. Their government chased away this gentleman. He was out for almost more than 4 years. Then he comes back. This is a different government. This same individual comes to ask for forgiveness on behalf of the former government. Because you see here, what he was trying to do was actually trying to mend fences, saying that, well, it might have not been me, it might have been me, but at the end of the day, we are all Kenyans, we are brothers and sisters. Mistakes are made, we are human, we can commit the mistakes, but at the same time, we can right them. Hmm? So, what is it teaching us as human beings, as individuals, as countries? Can we go that extra mile? You know, this word called sorry, it
Yeah.
is how many letters? It's like five
Like
letters.
five.
Okay.
Five.
Oh, okay, it's like 5 letters, but it
Yeah,
makes a very
five.
big difference, because I saw even how Miguna responded. Apologies accepted. Let's move forward and see how far we can take Kenya forward.
Okay. Number three, and this is going to be the last one. This video is going to be like only 10 minutes. I don't have time. I'm rushing to do something else, but I have got to do this video today. His Excellence Ruto stopping government agencies from suing each other. And that is the last point. What do we have to learn from that?
Yeah, sure. At the end of the day, don't you think that these guys are not serious? It's like you're suing yourself. Because you see, if you sue, you will involve lawyers. Lawyers are going to be paid. It's not that they are being paid your money. Lawyers are being paid taxpayers' money. This
People's
is
money.
government money. This is
Yeah.
people's money. Why would you really go in such games? Because you see, most of these things, people who do it, I think they do it as a syndicate to get money. That's corruption money, by the way, at the end of the day. So if that money can be saved, because you see, like for him, it was clear. He passed an order saying if someone is involved in that, they should be able to pay those lawyers using their own money, not government money. Because he realized it at the end of the day, it's not necessary. So, what do we learn from it? Because that same practice is being done by our countries. You find one ministry is taking another ministry to court, then at the end of the day, money is involved. It's not their money. It's that money that is being used can
Our
be
money.
used to build roads, yes, put up schools. But at the end of the day, this one wants the money to be paid in through a lawyer, then goes back to that lawyer and takes that money. So I think it's one way of stopping corruption. So what do we learn from it as a government?
Yeah.
Hmm? What we learn from it as a government is we shouldn't be wasteful of the money that doesn't belong to us. It belongs to the citizens. We should take responsibility of the money, because you see, once we give these political leaders or any other person these positions, we are trusting them, we are giving them responsibility to take care of our affairs. So now, if these are the same people who are trying to misuse our resources, instead of getting those resources and putting them where they are needed most, so
Yeah.
let our governments also be responsible. Let the
Yeah.
people we deploy in those big offices be responsible, do what they are supposed to do. Let them stop those games which are not necessary. Because once that money is lost, it's lost for all of us, them inclusive. Because if those roads and hospitals are not built, they
Yeah.
also lose. They shouldn't forget, they should look at COVID. COVID is just recent. Eh? The whole world was closed. They had the money, but they couldn't run away
Yeah.
from the countries to go abroad for treatment. So let that money which they are supposed to be using in those wrong things. May I call them wrong things because they are not necessary. You know, it's like you're going to court and you're reporting yourself. At the end of the day, you are paying that money yourself. Because that's what happens. They are paying money. It's not theirs, but it is the citizens' money. So we should learn that citizens' taxes, citizens' contribution, because that taxes are citizens' contribution towards development. You get it? So let our money that we contribute through taxes, indirect or direct taxes, be used for the right thing. That's all we require as citizens. We don't need any other thing from our leaders. As long as we have operation.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. The network. What happened?
Someone had called.
Oh, all right. But I think we had like finished, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
thank you
Yes.
guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that bell so that you get to know anytime that we'll be uploading. Thank you so much for being around till this time and we're out of here. Thank you, Julius, for joining my live today, and bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.